New this morning, the Q persona at the center of the QAnon conspiracy is back. This is after an 18-month absence.
After more than 18 months of silence, the Q account is back.
In the history of 60 Minutes, I'm not sure we've ever reported a story that, for the most part, is pure fantasy. But that's how to best sum up QAnon, an ever-shifting mega conspiracy theory that's bizarre and nonsensical.
Been gone for 18 months, back all of a sudden on Friday after the Supreme Court issued its Roe versus Wade decision.
Yeah, look, this is as dumb as it is dangerous. But QAnon, for folks who haven't been paying attention, is that at the center of this is this character called Q, who the believers believe without any evidence that that person is a government insider and has been posting these kind of predictions, and a whole community, a cult has built up around it.
What's your name, sir? My name is Go Fuck Yourself.
It's really too stupid to even show the posts of this Q person.
A blog, a message board in 2017 and 2018, and how fast they have mainstreamed this lie that pedophiles are everywhere you look, in the Democratic Party, in Hollywood, in your schools, in media, like that they're literally just everywhere.
It's important to highlight how totally nutburger the collective conspiracies pushed by this account were.
Millions of people appear to be caught up in the internet-based cult.
On Friday night, after 18 months, hadn't posted since December 2020 after Trump lost the election, which of course QAnon believers don't believe that, began posting uncharacteristically ambiguous postings, stuff like "we're back," but obviously that put everything into a whole frenzy.
Q, whose completely absurd posts, which would be laughably cryptic and are actually never accurate, are at the heart of the QAnon conspiracy movement.
The world ruled by a cabal of Satan-worshipping elites who prey on children and harvest their blood. With Donald Trump our only saviour, ready to defeat the forces of darkness. So is the idea that the rest of us are ignorant if we don't understand it?
Yes, the rest of us are asleep, but the Q people want to wake us up.
Do you at the time believe that high-level Democrats and celebrities were worshiping Satan, drinking the blood of children?
Q specifically mentioned you, and he mentioned you very early on. He mentioned you by name.
At one point heading into the 2020 election, as much as 20% of the American people said they believed in it.
The Q stuff would be funny if it didn't actually have real-world consequences.
And it was a way of gamifying conspiracy theories. And look how many people were sucked into it, particularly during COVID.
We've had the white van freak out, where someone takes a picture of a white van and says, "Oh my God, my children."
Some sort of crazy conspiracy theory. Yeah.
We had the satanic panic. We had...
What does it mean that now that the Q account is back up and running?
Yeah, I mean, Anderson, I think like among the kind of polite company here in Washington, D.C. and here in New York City, the conventional wisdom might be to say we should ignore it. It's stupid. It is dumb. It is objectively dumb.
But let's reinforce that this is a completely baseless nutburger conspiracy that still managed to wag the dog of our politics for a point.
There is obviously the crazy QAnon beliefs where it comes to cabals and everything else.
Drinking blood of children, blah,
yes,
blah, blah.
But it's part of just kind of a tapestry, a range of conspiratorial beliefs.
And they go down all these rabbit holes and invent all this stuff, and it becomes this, it's like just this ball rolling that more and more people get in on it and believe that they're part of some sort of investigation that amounts to nothing and is all based on just complete BS.
I think you're right. I think that expansion, and just expanding it to everyone is a pedophile that disagrees with you. I want to believe that there's some price to pay for that.
It's a cave. It's a cave of conspiracies.
You know, what are the QAnon people saying? Like,
trust the plan.
A community is built up around this, and it's dangerous.
Some of the worst people on the internet.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false
news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
We were supposed to, as mentioned, be watching you on a debate stage right now. we're not doing that, so let's clear up a few things from the last one. You were asked point blank to denounce white supremacy. In the moment, you didn't. You asked some follow-up questions. Who specifically? A couple of days later, on a different show, you denounced white supremacy.
No, you
My
always
question to you is,
you've done this to
why
me and
does
everybody.
It seem like
I denounce white supremacy, okay?
You did
I've
2 days
denounced
later.
white supremacy for years, but you always do it. You always start off with a question. You didn't ask Joe Biden whether or not he denounces Antifa. I watched him on the same basic show with Lester Holt, and he was asking questions like Biden was a child.
So this is a little bit of a dodge.
Are you listening? I denounce white supremacy.
Okay.
What's your next question?
Do you feel, it feels sometimes you're hesitant to do so, like you wait a beat.
Here we go again. Every time, in fact, my people came, I'm sure they'll ask you the white supremacy question. I denounce white supremacy.
Okay.
And frankly, you want to know something? I denounce Antifa, and I denounce these people on the left that are burning down our cities that are run by Democrats who don't know what they're doing.
While we're denouncing, let me ask you about QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You told me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that. I know nothing about it. I do know they are very much against pedophilia. They fight it very hard, but I know nothing about it.
They believe it is a satanic cult run by the deep
state. Study the
state.
subject. I'll tell you what I do know about. I know about Antifa, and I know about the radical left, and I know how violent they are and how vicious they are, and I know how they're burning down cities run by Democrats, not run by Republicans.
Republican Senator Ben Sasse said, quote, QAnon is nuts, and real leaders call conspiracy theories conspiracy theories.
He may be
Why not
right.
just say it's crazy and not true?
He may be right. I just don't know about QAnon.
You do know.
I don't know. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Let me ask you another thing.
Let's waste a whole show. You start off with white supremacy, I denounce it. You start off with something else. Let's go. Keep asking me these questions.
I do have one more in this vein.
Let me just tell you, what I do hear about it is they are very strongly against pedophilia. And I agree with that. I mean, I do agree with that, and I agree with it very strongly.
But there's not a satanic pedophile
I have
cult
no idea. I know nothing
You don't
about
know that? Okay.
No, I don't know
you
that.
Just this
neither
week.
do you know that.
Okay, just this week you
why
retweeted.
Why aren't you asking me about Antifa? Why aren't you asking me about the radical left?
Because you're
why
volunteering
aren't you asking Joe Biden questions about why doesn't he condemn Antifa? Why does he say it doesn't exist?
Because you're here before me.
No, that's so cute. Antifa exists. They're vicious, they're violent, they kill people, and they're burning down our cities. And they happen to be radical left.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
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 This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.